Hola clase, bienvenidos a Screencast Los Mandatos Informales or informal commands, two commands. So, when you want to recommend somebody do something or tell someone to do something, mandar is to command something. There are different ways that we've learned how to say to tell someone what to do. So, debes hacer tus quehaceres means you should do your chores. Or maybe a little firmer, necesitas hacer tus quehaceres. You need to do your chores. Or tienes que hacer tus quehaceres. You have to do your chores. Or you can simply tell someone, do your chores. Haz tus quehaceres. So that verbo haz there comes from the verb hacer. And in this screencast, you will learn how to make a command out of all verbs. So here's an example of a teacher and a student. La profesora le dice al estudiante, Javier, pinta un árbol aquí. Escribe tu nombre también. So she tells him, paint a tree here. Write your name also. So she's telling him what to do. Los profesores, los padres, everyone uses mandatos often. Now, there are different kinds of mandatos. Hay mandatos afirmativos y negativos. So there are affirmative and negative commands. So you might tell someone to do something and you might tell someone not to do something. There are also informales y formales. So when you're talking to someone familiar with you, there's a to command. And then there's also formal commands. So telling someone to do that is either in a formal situation or maybe you don't know them. And then there's also plural commands. But in this screencast, we're only going to cover afirmativos informales. So we're just going to learn how to tell someone to do something that you already know. So how do we form mandatos? Basically, it's pretty easy. The first thing to learn is that in almost all verbs, casi todos los verbos, you simply use the usted, el, ella form. So there's hablar, which turns to habla. Habla con tus padres sobre la fiesta el sábado. Speak with your parents about the party on Saturday. Come. Come más verduras. Eat more vegetables. Compartir becomes comparte. Comparte las papas fritas con tu hermano. Share the french fries with your brother. So as you can see, in AR, ER, and IR verbs, it's simply the usted, el, ella form. There are some irregulares. So these ones you have to memorize. Hacer, as we saw in our first example, becomes as. Make sure you pronounce that correctly. Ser becomes se with an accent. And ir becomes ve. So here, la mamá de Paco is yelling, Paco, ¿por qué estás jugando videojuegos? Haz tu tarea. Do your homework. Why are you playing video games? I'm sure you never hear that. There are also some other irregulares that kind of follow a pattern. So in these irregulares, you simply take the yo form and you take off the go. So for example, poner, the yo form of poner, quita la go, and you end up with pon. Pon la mesa, set the table. Tener becomes ten. Decir, the yo form of decir, to say, is yo digo, I say. Again, if you take off the go, you end up with di. Say, or tell. Salir becomes sal. Salir means to go out or to leave. Venir becomes ven. So I'm sure many of you in the store have heard a Spanish-speaking parent say to their child, ven aquí, come here, my child. So that is the command of venir. We also have to know that with verbos reflexivos, there's a little something else we have to do with the pronombre. So the pronombre te, the little pronoun that comes with reflexive verbs when you're saying do something to yourself, like wash yourself or put on your clothes. What you need to do is attach it to the end of the verb, pegado, and you also add an accent. So lavarse, if you want to tell someone wash your hands, lávate las manos. So the te goes after the verb, and you put a little accent mark. Despertarse, so tell someone to wake up. Despiértate, ahora, wake up now. So that's what you do with reflexive verbs. Let's do a little bit of practice. Go ahead and pause the screencast and write down your answers, and then we'll go over them and check to see if you got them right, and go back on your notes and follow the rules. Okay, let's review. Número 1. Ana, arregla la sala, por favor. Pick up the living room. It's very dirty. Está muy sucia. Número 2. Pon la mesa. Set the table. La cena está lista. Dinner's ready. Ana. So el papá de Ana is really telling her to do a lot of stuff. Ana, lava los platos. Wash the dishes. Pero, número 4. Ten cuidado. Be careful. Son frágiles. They're fragile. So tener cuidado is an expression that means to have care or take care, be careful. Número 5. Antes de acostarte, escribe tu informe para la clase de inglés. Before going to bed, write your paper for English. Y número 6. Mañana, Ana, por favor, levántate temprano, wake up early. Haz la cama, make your bed, y ve a la escuela a tiempo. Go to school on time, Ana, por favor. Okay. Now, ahora, el fin. Go out and tell people what to do. Adios.